I'm presenting to you Canon's compact camera, the G7X Mark II. I'll go over the 5 main benefits that this camera offers, and at the end of this clip, I will also point out 3 disadvantages that it has. Let's start with the positive stuff. First one, retractable screen. A retractable screen offers flexibility. First off, you can be more low-key on the streets. You can take shots without drawing attention to yourself. Once you hold the camera like this, what you're doing becomes obvious. People notice you, their mood shifts, and that can mess up the shot. But when you pull out the retractable screen and hold it at waist level, you're looking down, not in front of you, so you blend in more. Also, the screen lets you capture those low angles or shoot from above your head, because it can move in 2 directions. Second benefit, the 1-inch sensor. This is something you don't usually find in smartphones. Only a few have a 1-inch sensor. A large sensor allows better performance in low light conditions, like nighttime for example. It also improves the dynamic range and you get more bokeh. That natural bokeh, not the fake one created by AI. Third benefit, the size. A camera like this one pulls its lens back when it's turned off. If this didn't happen, the camera would have been less portable. You cannot comfortably put it in your pocket. I keep mine in a small bum bag hooked to the belt. This allows me to always have it with me and it's comfy. Finding a small camera like this one with its performances is a tough task. Of course, you can stick a 22mm lens on a Canon M100. It has a bigger sensor, but it won't be as portable as the compact camera. Fourth benefit, the optical zoom. It comes with a 4.2x optical zoom. In full-frame terms, the lens goes from 24 to 100mm. That's enough for wide-angle shots and also to capture action from a distance. With optical zooming, image quality stays top-notch, not like with digital zooming. And 4.2x gives you a lot of flexibility. Fifth benefit, great control. When you switch the camera to manual mode, you have 2 control rings that you can play with. Using the ring near the lens, you can adjust the aperture. There's also another control ring on the back for the shutter speed. It's important to have dedicated rings for these 2 settings. You don't have to press any extra buttons, you move faster. Also, the ISO can be quickly adjusted because the camera has a touchscreen. People often say that the best camera is the one that's with you. The smartphone camera, that's what most of us have. But with a compact camera like this one, you're certain you will always have a better option handy. It has a bigger sensor. Even though there are smartphones out there with a 1-inch sensor, they miss out on the other benefits. They don't have a retractable screen for being discreet and flexible and great control. Those nice rings for faster settings changes. Indeed, the G7X Mark II comes with a ton of benefits, but if you're thinking about getting one, it's a smart idea to also know the downsides. Here's what bothered me. First issue, no viewfinder. I believe that a viewfinder is super important. There's no better way to see what you're doing than using a viewfinder, especially in those cases where there's strong sunlight or when you need to react quickly. A viewfinder is in the top 5 critical things that a camera should have. The G7X Mark II doesn't. Second issue, the 1-inch sensor doesn't perform well in low light. The 1-inch sensor is nice, but it doesn't do great in low light situations. I can't tell you how surprised I was when I realized how tiny a 1-inch sensor is compared to a Micro Four Thirds sensor. And when you put it next to an APS-C or full-frame sensor, the difference is even bigger. A small sensor tends to struggle more in low light conditions. This one certainly does. Another annoyance is the long wait for the camera to turn on. That's not a lot of time, but if you're constantly turning the camera off to save battery life, it can really start to bug you. From my experience, a camera with interchangeable lenses is a bit quicker, friendlier. The G7X Mark II, of course, also has its limitation. Its main advantage is portability. But remember, when people say that the best camera is the one that's with you and they point at their smartphone, Know that if you own a G7X Mark II, you'll have a way better camera than what a smartphone offers. Physical buttons, the 1-inch sensor, compact size. A camera that you can always carry with you. As a bonus, for sticking around until the end, I will show you more photos made with this camera. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment. What's your opinion about the G7X Mark II? Of course, also consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.